Creating templates. Express.js uses a template engine called Jade to process data. A template engine is really just a process of outputting tokenized variables into another format like HTML, XML, PDF, and so on. It uses an intermediate language, also known as the template language, to process data. And so the template engine usually replaces any variables in this template file with actual values through a process called string interpolation, very similar to if you're using PHP or other languages. So there's a couple of template engines available for Node and other frameworks as well. Jade is the default template used for Express. It's becoming obsolete. It's going to be replaced by a new one called Pug. So I would probably recommend using Pug if you want to use Jade. Others include EJS, Handlebars, and Mustache, and many others as well. In this course, I'll be using the Handlebars because the syntax is very similar to that of Angular's template language syntax. Okay, so this is how Handlebars expressions work. Very much like any other template engines. Say that in the source or in your input file, you have a variable or an object. In this case, has two fields, and then you will put pass these fields or this data to the template. You wrap these fields, field names or variable names inside a pair of double curly braces, and these are also called mustache tags because they look like mustaches, right? And then the template engine will decompile and renders these into HTML pages, so you can see that in the output as you see here. And this is the whole process of how template engines work. So for our app, we're going to create an app, and I'll call mine the Meanstack Agency. It's a fictitious company that connects service providers to their customers, for example. Okay, and this template uses a Bootstrap theme, which can be downloaded for free from this GitHub site down here on the bottom of the screen you see here. And once you download the theme, you can unzip the file, add it to our application, and then you modify it to get to our liking, and then we use that for the project. Okay, so what you see here is the landing page of our site, and we'll use Handlebar to process or to handle any data here. But there are other pages also we need to use or to create to make the site complete. Things like the About page, Contact page, Login, and Register. And of course, we may or may not, implement all of these templates, but the site, I guess, would not be complete without them. So we'll just create them anyway, just in case we might want to come back in the future to implement them. All right, so let's go and get started. Okay, so before we begin, here again is the site that you can download the template theme from David Miller. Thank you for your awesome work. You can just click download or clone it and then download the zip file and then unzip that to your drive somewhere. Okay, I'm going to close this now. And you can also get it directly from the Meanstack data source provided in this course. So if you open that folder, there should be a third-party folder. Inside third-party folder is this creative master file here. Again, if you unzip that, just go ahead and extract that here and put it right in here. And so this is the file, and I'm going to rename this to say just Bootstrap. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to go back to the Visual Studio, and in the back end here, inside my public folder, okay, I'm going to drag it, put it right in here. You can drag it, or you can just go to like right click and View Explorer. You can do this way too. And let me close this, go to the console, to the desktop. And so in the public folder, I just basically drag this and put it inside the public folder. Okay, you basically moved that. I can close this now. And so it's now inside my public folder. I can close that again and go back to the Visual Studio Code and make sure it's in there. So here it is. Okay, so it's in here. I'm all good to go. Now I'm not going to use everything here. Well, we'll need these information, these folders here, but these can be deleted if you want. I'll basically use this index page and copy things over to my template. Like this is like the vendor files, all the font files in here. Let me toggle these word wrap in here and then apply that to our themes our links, our templates down here. Okay, so instead of doing this way manually, these are again just very basic templates. So I'm gonna go and use the one I created and just use that in our code. Again, if you go back to the desktop, open that data source folder, there should be a templates file, and these are all the ones that we're going to use inside our code. So I can just going to drag it into my program now. I'll do it this way. So I'm going to open Visual Studio and then open my folder, template here, and I'm going to drag this inside here. Well, yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to grab all these and just drag it into the views folder. Okay, and it asks if I want to replace, just say yes. Okay, so now I have all my templates I need here. Okay, I have the about. As you can see, I already provided these for us to use, so you don't have to spend time doing that. Just very basic stuff. I have the contact page, the error page, just to display the error, the same message you see in the previous one, and then I have the index, and so on. Again, I'm not sure why it's not doing that toggle here. All right, so, and then this is the layout. This is the main layout that would show on every page. So here's the title of the page. All these are coming from the Bootstrap folder. Okay, and then the navigation here. The body, this is where all your content, unique content will display, like the index, the about, contact, and so on will be displayed here. Our footer, and then some scripts we need to process our data. So let's save this. And then now I need to go and install Bootstrap. Okay, so let's close this public folder here for now and go to the terminal and navigate to the back end and then just install Bootstrap. All right, and then just fix these vulnerabilities. Okay, so we're good to go. And then go ahead and then run the app and see what happens. Hopefully no errors. So far, so good. All right, I'm going to launch the browser and go to localhost 3000. So there it is. I know it says Express here. I'm going to change that. It should say the mean stack or something. But it's just the stuff that we're going to be creating. I have the About page. It's not found because we haven't created the routes yet. The service provider will go to the providers page, contact page, login, register, and so on. Okay, so let's go and fix these in the code. All right, so I'm going to close this for now. Now, remember that we need to create the routes. So in our routes, the index, all we have was just the one that goes to the home page, controller home, right? We also need to process the one that says about, contact, and so on. So instead of doing everything here, I'm going to do inside the controller. We'd let the controller handle all of these here, okay? Just like we let it handle the home page. So if you open the controller and the main, this is the one that we had. It's called Express. I want to change that to say the mean stack agency. Okay, that's for the home page. I'm going to copy this a few times. So this one is going to be for the about page, the contact page, login, register, and for the forgot password. I think I have all these in there. Okay, so let's go and change that here. This is the about, and we'll just call the about template. That's the about template over here. And the title, I don't really need any title here. Just gonna remove all the titles. I just need it for the very first page, the home page. So all these can be removed. And this is gonna be the contact page. Again, I don't need the title. Down here will be the login page. the register, and this is our routes controller. And then I think forgot password. Oops. That should be just one word. And then forgot, I think we call it dash password. Okay, so again, no title. All right, so those are our views, and those should be good to go. This is just the main controller for the very basic pages. And let's save that. Then in the index, go back to the index, and we need to do something similar, right? Because right now, this one actually goes just to the controller homepage. We need one that goes to the about and so on. So I'm going to copy this again, put it here, maybe a couple times for each of those. And this will be going to the about page, controller about. This is the contact page. Go to the contact. And then we have login. And this is the register. I'll just put all here. Register, I have forgot password. Okay, so just copy and paste is much quicker. Login, forgot password, and without a dash. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's all the pages. We don't need this last one here, just extra one. I think that is all we need. And we need one more for the service, but we'll do that much later once we have the service created. I think that's good. Let's save this now. Save both of them just in case. And go back to the browser and refresh. Again, we have the no monitor ready, so it should be working. So here we go. This is the about page. The home page will take you, if you click here, it takes you to the home page. We changed the title to the MeanStack Agency. Find out more, just basically go to about page again. And then the get started goes to the providers. Again, we haven't created that one yet. We'll do that in a later video. The contact page, and then the login page. And we have the forgot password. That takes it to forgot password, the create account, or same thing as the register. Okay, so yeah, there you go. And these are basically just, you could fix these to make it a little bit nicer, make it more colorful if you want. And maybe we'll do that in a separate video. But for now, this should be good enough for our site. All right, so in the next video, we'll explore the Express middleware functions and see how we can write our own middleware functions to process data in our site.